Hello and welcome to GB West Season 6, Round 6 at Mexico. It's the Mexican J-Prix, and as pre-qualifying is underway, let's take a look at the upgrades ahead of this round because they were all over the place today. We've got speed upgrades for Toad Racing Systems, Compass, Automobile Experience, Electric Racing, Aston Martin, and the Monkey Racing. Acceleration upgrades for Low Honkers and a double for INR, and grip upgrades for HRT Lightning and Low Honkers. The Monkey jump up to the best car on the grid according to the index. Compass up to second. Aston Martin up to third, joint with Matzer, who fall down from first. They are joint third best. Fifth best are Electric Racing, thanks to the upgrade. Sixth best are Toad Racing Systems. Seventh best, joint seventh best are HRT Lightning and INR, and ninth best are Low Honkers, and the worst car on the grid according to the index is SCR, 1.4 off only from the Monkey Racing. So that is the upgrades for you today, as our drivers are doing pre-qualifying around the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. Not sure if there's a "de" in there somewhere. We can take a look at the Drivers' Championship and the Constructors' Championship. Ed Verditos still leads the Drivers' Championship, but today we have 3 tokens being spent by 2 Drivers' Championship challengers, and we'll find that out in the first lap of qualifying. More importantly, in the Constructors, we have a big fight on our hands between INR and Matzer. INR have just been handed over to Freseni. Freseni's overseen his first upgrades round today. He'll oversee his first race as actual team owner, not just driver. And they are only 4 points ahead of Matzer. There's also HRT Lightning about 14 points behind, but they don't have a lot of tokens left to work with. In any case, let's get into 3 minutes of qualifying. You know the rules. So do I. Let's get into it. Here we are for qualifying. Everyone's ghosted. Let's take a look at the tokens then. We've got 3 tokens from Mr. Crunk, from Freseni, the 2 drivers whose teams are fighting for that promotion spot to Challenger Virtual, as well as 3 tokens from Girouni. Scudera Carmona relegated to the worst car on the grid. Will Girouni prove the index wrong here today? We'll have to find out, but it is mainly a fight between Freseni and Mr. Crunk. That's really important. Mr. Crunk has to finish at least 5 points. Has to get at least 5 points more than Freseni to take Matzer top of the standings. Of course, Yoa and Edvarditos, despite being tokenless, might be able to do something about it. 2 tokens being spent by Minecat, Odd Koopa, Botti, Hank Buxley, and Shaggins. 1 token being spent by Texman the First, Vinci, and Not That Guy. Let's focus on the qualifying here. Freseni and Mr. Crunk have run away here, and Mr. Crunk just 1.5 tenths behind Freseni as they cross the line. Girouni holding down to third, then it's Shaggins, Vinci, Botti fighting for 4th place, very close together. Shaggins and Vinci tied, in fact. We've got Smalls up in 7th, tokenless. The Monkey Racing drivers are not spending any, and Smalls is all the way up in 7th. However, Nems is only down in 19th in the qualifying. Freseni across the line, neither of them improve. Shaggins up to 32.18, and boosting across that straight is past Girouni. Not That Guy up to 6th as well, spending only 1 token. Hank spending 2 is down in 15th. What's happened to Hank there? Be looking to make a recovery from that position. Final minute of qualifying. Freseni has detached himself from Mr. Crunk here. Will not improve, neither will Mr. Crunk. Shaggins up to 3rd. Beats Girouni by half a tenth, a 32.05. Botti up to 7th now. any other improvements. Not that guy marginally misses out on an improvement. Minecat improves up to 9th. Hank up to 10th. Yoa currently in 11th. Edvarditos is down in 14th. But Freseni with that 7 speed and 3 tokens is able to just dominate, as Shaggins is going faster than Mr. Crunk now. This is the penultimate lap. Freseni doesn't improve. Mr. Crunk pulls it back at the end. Neither him nor Shaggins improve either. No improvements in the penultimate lap except for Odd Koopa, who jumps up to 6th position. Edvardito's up to 14th. And now it's the final lap. Will Freseni improve? Will Mr. Crunk improve is more important here. Freseni is on provisional pole and across the line. I don't think he'll be able to improve here. 31. He does not improve. Mr. Crunk improves by just half a tenth. It's not enough. Botti up to 4th. We've got... Oh, Odd Koopa up to 7th, 6th, but Hank beats him to 6th shortly afterwards. Yoa up to 11th. Minecat starts from 11th, I think. Yoa up to 10th, in fact, but Freseni will start in pole position. Let's take a look at the full qualifying results. Here we are. Freseni with a time of 31.73 starts from pole position for the Mexican J-Prix. Mr. Crunk starts from 2nd, just a 10th behind him. It looks to be a very valiant race between these two to get to that top position. Shaggins will start from 3rd. Great stuff, spending only 2 tokens. Botti, only 2 tokens, starts from 4th. Girini with 3, only starts from 5th. Will be hoping to gain some positions in the race. Hank starts from 6th. He's had a great debut season and he's looking to continue that form. Odd Koopa starts from 7th. Vinci spending only 1 and will start from 8th. Not that guy spending 1 starts from 9th. And it is Smalls who starts from 10th, tokenless. Great stuff from him. Minecat spending 2 starts from 11th. Yoa tokenless starts from 12th. Texman the first spending 1 starts from 13th. Edvarditos tokenless 14th. Eric Carmona 15th. Enigma 16th. Cloud 17th. Ellie 18th. Toadspeed 19th. And Nems surprisingly only manages 20th. Unfortunate for them, but there you have it. Mexican J-Prix underway for 28 laps at Hermanos Rodriguez. Let's get right into it. Here we go for the race. Freseni starting on the hards. Mr. Crunk behind starts on the softs. That is... that would be, you think, the better choice. Botti on the outside of both of them looking for a move there. Mr. Crunk gets a penalty. He's down into 8th position. That is terrible stuff for him. Hopefully in this early start chaos he'll be able to get back ahead on those soft tires. The weather marker very dangerously close to the rain, and Girini is fighting with Freseni for the lead here. Mr. Crunk has dropped back significantly. Now he's struggling to get past. Look at the boost deployment there. But Texman the first is still forcing his way through. Girini is in the lead of the race. Mr. Crunk up into 7th. This is now a recovery drive for him early on because of that penalty. That was very, very difficult for him. But he's up to 6th now. Looking at Texman the first now, who's also managed to get a very good start from outside the top 10 up into 5th. And we're gonna have rain coming soon. Mr. Crunk will hope to get as close to Freseni and Girini as possible, but he's now getting gapped by Texman and Botti, who now get screwed a bit with the rain. Everyone getting screwed a bit with the rain. It's Girini, Freseni and Vinci in the lead. Mr. Crunk here just looking to try and catch Botti and Texman the first for now, but he's got the speed. Oh, the hairpin is going to be very, very difficult. Minecat gets past Odd Koopa thanks to that hairpin. Nems up in 15th, started from 20th. And it is everyone onto the wets. Of course, Girini leading us off. Hasn't had much happening this season yet. Only spent 2 tokens so far. Today he's spending 3 of his remaining 6, which suggests next round he has to spend 3 as well, of course. Girouni past Frzeni. Frzeni hits the grass. Vinci gets past him. So does Texman. Look at that. Mr. Crunk has caught back up to this pack. Texman now on the inside of Girouni. He's spending only 1 token. This is an incredible performance. Girouni forced wide in a hairpin. Down to 4th. Down to 5th as Mr. Crunk overtakes him. Mr. Crunk and Girouni both past Vinci. Texman and Frzeni try to run away. Mr. Crunk past Girouni on the back of Texman now. And Mr. Crunk is past Texman and falling. Oh, the Texman gets a counter on him and he goes into the grass. Girouni's back past him as well. Frzeni, for all this chaos, has profited immensely. Girouni is past Texman. Mr. Crunk looking on the inside of him on this hairpin. Texman looking at Girouni, who had a bad hairpin there. Now side by side with Mr. Crunk. Mr. Crunk uses some boost to get ahead, and he's up into 3rd position. Great recovery. We're only in the 6th lap of the race, and it's just been so much action up front that I've not been able to even cover the rest of the action. Frzeni started from pole, running in 1st despite a controversial choice to start on hards. Girouni from 5th up to 2nd. Mr. Crunk has fallen down 1 place to 3rd. Texman 1st. Simply incredible job from him. He's started 13th. He's up in 4th. 9 possessions gained. Vinci is up 3 possessions. Botti is down 2 possessions. Shagan's down 4. Odd Koopa is down 1 possession. Minecat is up, I believe, 2 possessions. Yes, that's correct. And Arya Carmona, currently running in 10th, started in 15th, so up 5 possessions. Smalls down 1 possession in 11th. Ellie is up 6, but still outside the points in 12th. Enigma started outside the points, and so did Yoa, and they remain outside the points. Yoa having dropped 2 places, Enigma up 3, Nems up 5. Edwardito as well, that's the bottom 5. Not too important apart from Hank. Buxley has had a terrible start, unable to recover like Mr. Crunk. He started in 6th, he is down in 17th. Not great stuff for him. Not that guy as well. What has happened to the HRT Lightnings? Sadly, the coverage completely missed this. My apologies. Down from 9th to 19th. Just not HRT Lightning's day. Frzeni out in the lead by nearly 2 seconds now. Mr. Crunk still looking to chase down Girouni, as of course the track is dry and clouds have been out for some time. And the drivers will soon have to pit for dry weather tyres. It is a very difficult circuit to take when you're not on the right tyre compound, but they're not doing it just yet. The track is still a bit wet, and they're not going to risk going out on dry tyres in wet conditions just yet. Not when the majority of the lap will still involve wet weather running. Shaggins has gotten past Botti there into 6th place. Minecat is up into 8th position if he hadn't been there before. Hank in 16th and Not That Guy in 19th as they enter the pits for dry tyres. Now 10 laps in, and the top 3 all pecking mediums. Everyone pecking mediums. Oh my. Shaggins? No, Shaggins is on the mediums, but Botti behind on the softs, and then we've got some hard runners. Much more diverse down at the bottom. Not That Guy still running 18th. Hank will be the last one to pit for dry tyres. Crunk has gotten past Girouni. Now he's chasing down Frzeni. Just a second behind him, Mr. Crunk. Frzeni, both, I believe, have won race win to their name. Yes, that is correct. Frzeni in the opener, I think it was Valencia, and Mr. Crunk at his home race in Mosport. Their first ever wins, of course. This is Frzeni's kind of rookie season. He did debut for Go Motorsports last season in the final round at Interlagos and got some points there, but this is his first fully fledged season and it's been an incredible one for him. He's one of the biggest proponents for, biggest contenders for the Drivers' Championship. Krunk in the lead, but Freseni's looking to overtake Krunk. Now they're side by side. Freseni just edging him out on that 7 speed and 2 acceleration. Has just got a very, very strong power unit. Mr. Krunk behind him. Girouni also very close. Freseni is chasing. He's running away, I mean. Girouni's gotten past Mr. Krunk, who's had a little dip in performance the last lap. All three of them very close together. Not that guy. Forces Mr. Krunk a bit wide into the grass. Suboptimal for Mr. Krunk, who loses a significant amount of time to Girouni. And even more to Freseni. Vinci running in 4th. Texman the 1st and 5th. Great stuff from both of them on just one token. Botti actually overtakes Texman the 1st there. Shaggins behind him as well. Looking for a move, but Botti is up into 5th position at the current moment. Minecat running in 8th, looking to score some extra points for Toad Speed. For Toad Racing Systems. Ari Carmona up in 9th. Alt Koopa's down into 10th position. We're now over halfway through the race, and the top 3 are the 3 token spenders. Mr. Krunk now looking to get back into 2nd place as he overtakes Girouni. There he goes. And now through the hairpin, Girouni with a counter move, and he's back into 2nd. Great counter move. Mr. Krunk forced wide twice there, and he goes for a counter to his counter with a great straight line speed that the Matzer Motorsports car has. Looking to lap Hank and then lap his teammate Yoa, and he successfully does both. Texman the 1st still holding down the fastest lap of the race, but he's been overtaken by Shaggins now, but Botti has dropped back down into 7th. Freseni on the inside, Mr. Krunk on the outside, and it's Mr. Krunk with the fastest lap back into the race lead. He needs to score at least 5 points to get 5 points more than Freseni to get Matzer into the top spot, and then there's still 2 rounds to go. It's gonna be a very close fight, I think, between Matzer and INR. One that will probably go down to the tokenless finale. Freseni looks for a move. Mr. Krunk penalized for forcing him out wide in a hairpin, and Freseni takes the race lead. Girouni has managed to cut up thanks to that penalty. Vinci running in 4th, Shaggins in 5th. Botti forced out wide there by Toad Speed and Texman combined. And he's now petting off his worn soft tires onto medium tires. I don't know if those will be able to last until the end. He exits down in 9th. Freseni, Mr. Krunk, Girouni all on fairly worn mediums now. Freseni out for another lap. Krunk as well, and so is Girouni. The mediums, they wager, can last another lap. It's a track where it looks like everyone's really loving the medium tires. In fact, top 6 solely composed of medium tire runners. Top 10 only has 2 non-medium tire runners. That is a lot of medium tire running. As we approach the end of lap 19, Freseni has really ran away recently. 3 seconds, but now it's down to 2 seconds. Mr. Krunk stays out, so does Girouni, while Freseni is in for an undercut perhaps. He's got 8 laps of mediums to run. Are Mr. Krunk and Girouni looking to run soft tires for 7 laps? That's the question here. Freseni is catching up rapidly, at least to Girouni is struggling on the worn medium tires. Mr. Krunk is in, Girouni is in, and Freseni is out, and Mr. Krunk has just started to exit the pits. Freseni on the undercut is back into the race lead. Mr. Krunk has picked only medium tires for the final 7 laps. Girouni has picked the soft tires for the final 7 laps. Shaggins up in 3rd hasn't yet pitted off her medium tires. Ellie, the lapped car, causing some trouble there. Got Mr. Crunk 4 seconds behind Freseni trying that overcut, so it was really not worth it. Now get slowed down by Nems, who is into the pits. Shaggins into the pits as well. Will she come out? Vinci cross the line, overtakes Odd Koopa. Will not. Shaggins exits down in out in 5th on fresh soft tires. Freseni has made a gap of 6.5 seconds with 6 laps to go. That is astonishing, and he is on his way to make INR get as much an advantage over Matzer as possible. Forced a little bit into the grass there by Smalls, but Mr. Crunk is 6 seconds behind, 5 seconds behind. The timing sheet says now, so he does catch up a second. No, it's up and it's down. Girouni now fighting him for it as well. He's on the softs. Maybe he'll be able to catch Freseni. They are now under 5 seconds behind, under 3 seconds. Freseni looks to be slowed down a little bit. It's 3.5 seconds down to 4. It is bit up and down, but 3 to 4 seconds. However, Mr. Crunk and Girouni still fighting each other will be able to potentially slow them down and make them unable to catch Freseni. They've only managed about 2 seconds in the last 3 laps, and they've got 4 laps left to run. It's not looking good for them. It's looking great for Freseni. Might come down to the very final laps, when the tires get really worn and we get that grip tested, of course. If you want to take a look at the grip, 0 for the INR, which is important, 5 for Scuderia Cremona, 6 for Matzer. They simply have much better grip than Freseni, and that is perhaps why Mr. Crunk is just 2 seconds behind Freseni now, who's got no grip left, and Mr. Crunk has started to catch him rapidly. Girouni forced out wide there. Mr. Crunk has Freseni in his sights, but he's got his lapped teammate, Freseni's lapped teammate, side by side with him. Odd Koopa with the fastest lap, great stuff. He's currently in 7th, Body down in 8th. Minecat in 9th, Eric Ramona in 10th. Tokenless, the only tokenless point scorer at the current moment. Freseni 2.5 seconds ahead of Mr. Crunk as Girouni overtakes Mr. Crunk for 2nd. They're still fighting each other while they try and catch Freseni. It was under 2 seconds for a while there. Mr. Crunk forced out into the grass on the hairpin. It's 2.5 seconds again for Girouni to catch up to Freseni here. It's under 2 seconds. Can he do it? It's 2 laps left to run, but it's very long circuit. Eric Cremona, Yoa there. Girouni avoids them expertly as they crash into each other. 1.5 seconds behind. 1 second behind. Into the hairpin they go. Freseni out wide. So is Girouni. It's the final lap now. Mr. Crunk has lost it. He's down in 3rd. Freseni still in the lead, but Girouni on those soft tires has the same wear and is not looking to stop just yet. He's losing some of the gas in his tank. He's 1 second behind, but he's unable to continue closing down. Will Freseni take it here? He's been under a lot of pressure in this final stint, having that undercut while having a very difficult grip. But in the end, Girouni and Mr. Crunk are unable to make it work. Freseni wins the Mexican J-Prix. Girouni in 2nd, Mr. Crunk in 3rd, and Shaggins will come home in 4th. Not sure if this is home. Vinci in 5th. Odd Koopa in 6th position. Texman in 1st and 7th. Double points for Compass. Minecat comes in 8th. Some important points for Toad Racing Systems. Botti in 9th and Smalls beats Aria Cremona in the end. Is he gonna beat her? In fact, not. Aria Cremona at the very end overtakes. Will Smalls make a counter move? He's got some boost left, but it's too little too late. Aria Cremona takes the tokenless point. Smalls only in 11th, no points for the monkey. Enigma in 12th, Nems close behind, and it's Nems who finishes in 12th, but still no points. Enigma penalised at the end. Terrible race for HRT Lightning due to that early rain and start chaos. Hank only finishes in 14th, Ellie in 15th. Toad Speed falls at the end there, Not That Guy and Johan, they're all fighting. Not That Guy finishes 16th, also terrible race for him. Johan finishes 17th, Toad Speed 18th, Evertito's 19th, and Cloud 20th. Odd Koopa takes the extra point for fastest lap, and INR increase their lead by an extra 10 points over Matsar. The gap is now 14 points, and Matsar need to catch up. Will they be able to do it, or will INR finally promote to Challenger Virtual? We'll see next time at the Argentinian J-Prix at Buenos Aires. See you then. Hope you enjoyed.